Lucky Streak by Tif Marcelo. Performed by Cassie Simone and Oliver Clark. 3 signs. That was what it took for Beatrice Puso to pay attention. 3 was her good luck number. She was the 3rd out of 4 Puso siblings. Her mother, Marilyn Puso, a spiritual woman and also a 3rd child, had waxed poetic about the magic of 3s. Beatrice had learned that when 3s came a-knockin', she'd better come a-runnin'. Beatrice had other inclinations. Her mother had possessed those too, and all these things had been so distracting that Marilyn had taught her at a young age to choose a daily affirmation to help her focus. So when Beatrice's phone rang from somewhere in the dim hotel room during a hot and heavy makeout session, and it was followed by a text notification and the trill of a FaceTime video request, she knew it was serious. Serious enough to disentangle her lips and limbs from the man on top of her. Beatrice palmed his bare, muscular chest. It was physically painful separating her underwear-clad body from his. Jackson. Above her, Jackson the motorcyclist and champion of the hottest kisses, as he would always be known, propped himself on an elbow, groaning. With his thigh cradled in between her legs, he readjusted so the weight of him lessened. Beatrice mourned it immediately. Her body temperature had been climbing at such an astronomical rate that she was on the verge of lust. Recently, these moments of inhibition had been fewer and further in between with her increasing responsibilities. Her weekends of fun, of being reckless, of taking risks had been shortened and bookended by being the maternal figure in her family, despite being 3rd born of 4 siblings. So she cupped her hands around the back of Jackson's neck. She ran her fingers against the perfect fade of his military haircut one last time and gazed into his ocean blue eyes. Goodness, she could have gotten lost in his eyes. They reminded her of the Atlantic in the Outer Banks on a steamy summer day. She swallowed her need and said, "I'm sorry, I'm being summoned." Summoned by reality, she continued in her head. What happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas after all. Back into your boa and tiara? His gaze darted to her stray clothing on the floor, a cookie crumb trail of evidence of their instant attraction to one another. How they had gotten up to his room from the MGM casino floor, Beatrice didn't know. She had been simply high on need after their first introduction. He hadn't had a drop to drink either. She grinned at the purity of it all, at what she knew wouldn't end with regret because there wasn't a beer goggle in sight. Yeah, I am the wedding planner, though honestly, right this second, I kind of wish I hadn't volunteered for this position. He grazed her cheek with a thumb. Damn, I had a few more things in mind for us to do. He hovered his lips over Beatrice's before touching them lightly, tongue darting out for a brief taste. Like winning our money back? Beatrice attempted to keep her composure, though her heart was surely betraying her. They'd met at the blackjack table. She hadn't been able to keep her eyes off him from the moment he'd taken a seat across from her. Jackson was white American, broad-shouldered and lean, and he had greeted the table with a humble nod. He, however, shared her mediocre card-playing skills, and they'd both lost their hands to the 3rd person. I don't know. You're pretty bad at it. I wouldn't say that. You're here, aren't you? Seems like I'm the one that got lucky. But no cards on the agenda. He plied her with another kiss. Just you and me. Naked. It was her turn to groan, and she bit her lip. If she didn't somehow wriggle herself from under him, she was bound to ignore every phone call and text and the wedding altogether.